Good morning and happy Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving is meant for giving thanks for the blessings we've received throughout the past year. And although today is a joyful day, it's also one of perhaps melancholy. It's a day in a year that has not gone the way many of us would have hoped, or I would think any of us would have hoped, given that we have a worldwide pandemic and so much other strife. But yet, there is a lot to be thankful for. I was doing some research in Thanksgivings in other difficult times, and I came upon some really interesting information about Thanksgiving celebrated by Americans during World War II. And it wasn't a typical Thanksgiving, and towards the end of the war, rations were still a thing, so many of the staples of Thanksgiving weren't available. Turkeys were very hard to find in many parts of the country. Couldn't find any information about pumpkin pie, but I do hope that it was available, Pastor Stephen. But the interesting thing is it was a time of war, and it was a time of sacrifice. And in a way, our current era is sort of a time of war. It's not against other fellow humans who may be doing some inhumane things to their fellow humans, but it's a time of war against an invisible virus. And I found a quote from a newspaper in Wilkes-Barre, actually, the Wilkes-Barre Times Leader, that I think really sums up the sentiments that we can feel both now and just sort of look back. It sounds very familiar just reading through this. Writes, "It is true, to be sure, we do not have everything we desire. It is true many homes have been saddened and other households made anxious by the absence of loved ones. But if we look at this in its proper perspective, we shall agree that no matter how unfortunate our lot may appear to us as individuals, it could be ever so much worse. Above all, let us be grateful not only for the sacrifice of our cause, but for the courage and sacrifices of our brave sons, brothers, and husbands who made the victories possible. And then we must always be grateful for tomorrow, when life will resume its normal course and time mercifully will heal the wounds of mankind." I think one of the things that we can be grateful for is those who have sacrificed so tirelessly in the fight against the coronavirus, all the doctors, nurses, all of the healthcare professionals who have worked long hours and gone overtime and been under an inordinate amount of stress. We can be thankful to them for all that they have done in fighting against this terrible disease. We can thank the people who are doing research as well for a vaccine. And I think we can just be grateful that we get to start a new year and a new possibilities, hopefully seeing an end to this soon, and we can hope for a better day. So I hope that we take a moment today, regardless of whether we're sacrificing, not spending time with our families due to the current circumstances, but give thanks for what we have, for the people who are out there fighting, and for the bright future to come. Have a wonderful day.